On our screens today, we have Honorable Kennedy or Agyapong. Do you use it quite often? I hear people use it. Yes. He prefers to be Ken. He prefers to be Ken, and everybody calls him Ken. I mean, it's surprising. He just drove in. The light, you know the way I do this program, the light part of it is someone saw him in the parking lot and just asked, oh, is he driving himself? I wonder what Ghanaians expect from big names. I mean, you always want that kind of traditional, carry them in palanquin. But no, it isn't everybody who wants that. No wonder sometimes when politicians are bullying us and we say they are arrogant, our expectations from people like us are too high. So I'm humbled to have people who are humble like him. Honorable, welcome. Busy schedule, but you've made it up at last. Since morning, we had to have a meeting in the morning. It wasn't possible. You had to go round, meetings here and there. Thanks for honoring the invitation.
You're welcome.
To start with, recently you had a demonstration, your party. I call it the Dumso demonstration. Were you part of it?
Yes.
You went for you were part of the whole thing?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't have time to view it in fully, so I needed to find out. Were your expectations met?
More than.
When you say more than, what does it mean?
What I expected, I knew there were a lot of people going to attend.
Yeah.
But the crowd I saw was overwhelming. In actual fact, I started my work from multimedia.
Okay.
I went for 2 programs,
okay.
Adom TV and Adom FM. So when I look at my time, I realized time was running.
Yeah.
And as soon as I crossed the traffic, the Sadisco traffic, I met the traffic right there, heavy traffic. So
all over.
I got out of the car and asked a gentleman who was going with me to drive it. So I walked to Brasport.
Yeah.
And when I got there, they had just made a move.
Okay.
So I joined it. And when we entered the main circle of PTC, I mean, John Bodu came back to tell us that, look, the crowd is way up to Kingsway.
All right.
And I was shocked. Wherever we got to, people were standing on the porch, some in the windows, waving.
I viewed that on telly.
I mean, it was overwhelming.
The question is that you made it more party stuff than a national thing, because this really affected everybody. And I hear that even some NDC supporters, joining it just, as a sign of nationalism or, seeking our welfare, the general good of Ghana. But the adverts, the public relations aspect of it was just only like mere MPP. So they saw it as more of a political campaign to whip up some kind of sentiments or sympathy for your party than the main issue at stake. What do you make of such a statement?
What is the issue at stake?
Yeah.
I mean, were we wearing party colors? No, it was red and black.
Okay.
I was wearing black with a small red, I like the bubus, the African prints and all those things. Well, if indeed we had members from NDC joining us, well, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, because they are all suffering.
Yeah.
Most of them are suffering just like us. We did not politicize, but since we are the initiators, we wanted the whole country to know that MPP has taken bold steps to demonstrate against whatever wrongs going on in the country. Last week, Monday, I went to EcoBank at ANC Mall, and when I got out, walking towards my car, a gentleman stopped me, Ken. I stopped, and he said 2 things to me. He said, look, MPP is the weakest opposition I've ever come across.
You always lambasting your party. I know
that is sarcasm. No, that's the statement. The guy just said, MPP is the weakest opposition I've ever come across. Then I asked him why. He said, with all the things going on, we cannot do anything. What is Nanado doing? Tell him to lead the demonstration. Then 2, he said, I'm also very, very disappointed in students of this country. Do we have students in this country? And he referred me to their days in the university. What they did to Agyapong and the rest.
Because it's
and I also explained to him that these days, the political leaders, I mean, the student leaders have now become politicians.
Sure.
And politicians actually go out there when they are having their elections to make sure that their party people become the leaders of it. And of course, if you succeed like that, it makes it difficult for these same executives who are supporting the government to demonstrate.
You are raising a very serious issue here, and I've been thinking about it. I need a whole program for this issue you raised about the politicization of
I'll grant you another time.
Yes, it's a crucial thing. It's damn crucial.
You know, because their last election, you had ministers going to stay on campus just to influence. A situation like that, you find it difficult to get students mobilizing and demonstrating against the government for the government to sit up.
Yeah.
So it's a problem. So that evening, I booked an appointment and went to Nana. Said, look, Nana, things are getting out of hand.
Yeah.
And this is a message that was given to me. And I think I have to carry that. So you need to lead a demonstration.
Yeah.
And a week later, the General Secretary announced that on the 18th, they're going to have a demonstration. I said, good. I was supposed to travel. I said, I'll wait. And to be so, you know, I'll be honest with you, this is my first time. All these years.
Joining a demonstration?
Yes, this is my first time. I always say I'm busy this or doing one or two things. But this time, I decided to stop and go there. I woke up around 5, made sure I was at the station to grant their interviews for them, and still went ahead. You know, what is happening in this country, my brother, is pathetic. Okay. And when I look at young ladies and young men like that,
including myself, I'm not so
yeah,
old. I
pity, well, then I pity them. I ask myself, what is the future? With the current trend of governance in this country, the youth of this country, they have no future. Because whatever you see, whatever decision this government takes, is only to serve a group of people. And any leader who wants to be a good leader must not be seen serving a group of people.
Is it a reality or a perception?
No, it's a reality. It's a reality. Anything you see this government doing is just serving a group of people. But he is obliged to serve the entire country.
Yeah.
Okay? And what are these groups that we're talking of? It is only the hierarchy of even his own party. It doesn't even get to the bottom.
Your party was also criticized with similar things, that it was only for the elderly, not the youth.
Fine.
There was some agitation that it was too much of septuagenarians and elderly people and elite.
I agree. I don't have a problem with that when you take that step or perception.
Okay.
I mean, you have to be fair.
You've always been as much.
It tells you how politicians are.
Okay.
You know, they will tell you A when they want power, and when they get the power, they tell you B.
Interestingly, can you say we politicians are?
Well, I'll agree, but I try to speak the truth.
Yeah.
Okay, but I wouldn't say I'm perfect and therefore accept.
Yeah.
We politicians go out there. We march on platitudes.
Yeah.
Okay, we march on platitudes. But when the reality dawns on us, you see us backtracking and all those things. And that is very disappointing. I personally believe that if I tell you, look, I'm going to do this, the mere fact that I've made you known that this is what I'm going to do, I'll stay focused.
You committed yourself.
Case closed. So the priority is, for instance, in 2008, when President Mills was campaigning, said, Dumso will be the thing of the past. Because under MPP, we face similar problems.
Okay.
But not, the magnitude this time is way higher or above what we experienced in 2007.
The intensity, that is true.
Right. So if Ghanaians decide to vote for you, based on your promises that Dumso will be the thing of the past, and this is their 7th year.
Okay.
Okay? Dumso will be the thing of the past. But today, what do we see? doomsday has worsened. And businesses are collapsing. Businesses are folding. People are losing, say, their gadgets are getting collapsed, whatever. I don't know the words to use for it.
It's even causing houses to burn because people forget themselves and leave appliances
Yeah.
home. Most of the fire,
unfortunately for us, a gentleman who died with a wife,
yeah.
with that generator, is from my constituency.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I comforted. You know, so with what is going on in this country, my brother, we cannot sit down unconcerned. I think I subscribe to what the gentleman described my party as the weakest opposition.
So what you did yesterday was justified?
The first one. They are yet to face whatever if they don't act. And you know, I'm sorry to say this. I'm surprised that police, before I got here, my guys called me that the police invited them, and when they went, they are threatening to take them to court because they did not take the route.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they have two court orders. One describing where they should go and the other, you know. So when I got to Tema Station, I was confused. I didn't really know where to go.
Okay.
And the standby, you know, those who were standing by told us that, look, Esla and the rest, they went straight to the ministry. Surprisingly, there were police officers there.
Okay.
So I'm surprised they are saying that they did not follow instructions. And first of all, look how peaceful it was yesterday. I mean, wherever we got to and people are selling their water, we asked for the price, we paid, look, go ahead and take it. Nobody damaged any property or anything. It was peaceful. So why would the police drag these things?
The laws are laws, no matter how peaceful it is. And isn't it a good precedent? Because one day there's a likelihood your party will be in governance, and therefore if there are laws, then people should...
And what is the precedence when we have two letters?
Okay.
What's the precedence then that you have to say? Okay. And don't forget, let me tell you, if you know the Bible well, it said when Jesus Christ was asked about the fruits he plucked on Saturday or so, because it was a Sabbath day.
Yeah.
His response, they were just testing him if he abides by the law. He said to them, the Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. Okay, so even laws, when you realize the atmosphere is conducive and peaceful, you don't go by your laws to rather go and create chaos. Because I hear one of the gentlemen told them that, look, if you take these guys to court, what will happen in this country will be worse than when Agyapong was arrested. That's what they told him. That if you like, take them to court. You see, so I don't know.
But I think we should allow the processes.
Well, fine.
Yeah, for good governance.
We don't have a problem.
Yes, because, I mean, once you have a good case, because to every rule there's an exception. And sometimes some human face is given to law. So let the law, let's see how it goes.
We don't have a problem.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping.
I don't think you ever find, massive demonstration like that being so peaceful without,
It also shows that we are becoming politically enlightened.
No. We have two sets of people here. One believes in radicalism. One believes in peace. Okay?
Which one believes?
I'm telling you, if NDC had gone on the street with this kind of crowd, definitely they were going to create confusion all about stealing. Because even what the law, even where the law prescribes that do A, they still steal and do B. How much more?
You are just generalizing issues.
No, I'm telling you,
generalizing issues.
You see, I don't want to be quoting, but I have a lot of facts to give you here on this. Just
I know the way. Yes, I know.
Okay, so I wouldn't lie, but we
are sanitizing politics. So
we believe in peace.
Let's hope what you're saying is the reality. It's a challenge to the MPP. I like provoking the issues. So
Well,
what you said is just a challenge that in future we'll see what happens when NDC also goes on a demonstration.
Right.
It will be as peaceful as this. I will see politics
then
evolve to a certain
we'll
level.
say thanks to God.
They are also creatures of God.
Well,
So you don't have
we
to
pray.
go-
We pray
you don't have
right
to
now.
be so pessimistic. But talking about the energy issue, we gradually come into the economic dimension. A lot have been said, analysts and pundits, some in various quarters, that it is not the fault of any government per se, but it's the fault of a nation. We lacking planning and foresight and even vision in the things we're doing. We're not taking the growth of population, industry, nothing into consideration in any facet of our lives, from education, health, whatever. To the extent that we have people sitting on ground to write, sleeping on floors in the hospitals, etc. So as a country, you cannot shelve this blame on anybody's, shelf or home that he is solely, but it depends on the way we go about it. So it looks like we are not being realistic with ourselves, and therefore the demonstration was not called for, but rather you could have professed some solutions or alternatives. What do you make of such a statement? You laughed at me. You laughed at me.
Yes, I laugh. I don't want to use the words I used to describe them yesterday.
I hope you tone down.
Yeah. So
I know how gentle you can be.
it's a stupid argument. Stupid argument.
If somebody makes that argument,
Yeah.
that is it's a collective problem, is not.
No. When they say that we don't give solutions, not whatever they said about problems, they were problems or what.
Yeah.
But that particular statement that we criticize and we don't give solutions, and I'm saying
alternatives.
yeah, alternatives. It's stupid for them to say that. I'll give you one typical example. You see, you cannot have a bravest man like Greenstreet
Okay.
telling them like it is to their face.
I respect that gentleman.
Okay? He's won my admiration.
Yeah,
I don't know
like
what
them,
that day, telling them the truth, what people think,
right
the perception,
right in front of
right, the perception of Ghanaians about NDC. And what did you see?
insults.
Insults, calling him all sorts of
I
names.
felt bad about that.
Right. Are you telling me these people are people you should give alternatives? They listen. Now I'll give you the alternatives if you don't take it. You see, the problem we have in this country is that President Mahama and therefore NDC from day one, they have always appointed square pegs in round holes.
What does that mean?
Square pegs in a round hole. You see, we have this cup which is round. Then you want to put this phone. Have you been able to cover it? You see the loopholes?
Yeah,
The
gaps.
spaces. Okay? Yeah. So you need this round hole, you need a round top to cover it. So the square, they put the square pegs here in a round hole.
The portions left out.
Yes. That is precisely what is happening.
You're referring to human resource.
Meaning
Or
incompetent.
priorities.
Yeah, they have a lot of incompetent ministers, incompetent party faithfuls, incompetent managing directors, incompetent directors, incompetent workers.